Hello and welcome back to Central Portugal and what we hope is the last part of a seemingly never-ending story about the kitchen roof. Last week we built the first part of the main structure. We struggled a bit with some basic engineering maths and worked late into the night to get the rafters fitted. We were very pleased with the result. So after a few days recovery time, Phil got back to work on the metal panels whilst I continued to level the area around the kitchen. And last week wasn't quite the end of the bad maths saga. Stay tuned for more mistakes and some surprising agility for a man of Phil's age. Noticed a very curious plant growing here in the garden. It's very tiny, but it's called Friar's Cowl. Not seen one of those before.
So I think if we can sort of prop it up,
And then
if you
wake
can
it up, yeah.
push it from the bottom, I'll get to the ladder and
Okay.
go for the top. Sort of there.
Okay. You
So-
hit the ladder.
Okay.
I've got it. You go hit the ladder and pull. It's up.
Oh well. Who needs me?
You are defunct.
Yeah, so that's about 100 mil.
Yeah, that's good either end. If we get a gutter anyway, but, yeah.
There'll be a gutter down on the downstream, yes.
Yeah, so that will stick out further.
But that's the basic.
Fantastic. Once it's got the battens, of course, yeah.
Yeah, so what I want to do is cut the other three to length now, and then I can use the small pieces just as a trial of the overlapping, just to make sure that the width is right.
Length, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Cool. All right. Crack on.
Crack on.
Meanwhile, Jane is doggedly continuing with the digging out and levelling just above the kitchen terrace. So no, it's going along nicely now. You can begin to see the edges of what will be the lower level. So that goes from the pathway down towards the orange trees. So you can see there's a pathway goes around behind the back of the utility room and comes along, and so we'll go all the way across, and so then we will have a nice level down to the bit that we leveled before for the kitchen floor. So
Nice
really
big
good.
Table, bit of entertaining.
Hang on,
Lovely.
scan up so we can see you. There we go.
Yeah, dripping. Good exercise for the morning.
Yeah, 20 degrees nearly. Nice working conditions, lovely stuff. Is it time for a cup of tea yet?
It will be. When I get this next barrow filled.
Okay, I'll put the kettle on. That should just about intercept with your timing.
Okay, good. Crack on.
Right. Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to just sit there?
Just to lip over. Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's great. So that is, yeah, so it just lips over there.
Yeah, because the gutter will just flow down that slope anyway.
It'll flow down the slope anyway, and that basically we don't need to put
another gutter. No.
don't need to put a fascia board on it because we've got that side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just see how far over we are here. Yeah. We're about 50 mil over here, so it will be. That's great.
Yeah.
So basically,
It's fine.
it's fine. All I've got to do is go end to end on the.
Yeah. So you possibly start this end then, and then just work backwards, because you can absorb any overlap there, can't you? This season's oranges aren't even ripe, and already we've got next season's blossom coming out. Orange trees are incredible.
So something I'm getting used to here is the idea of buying timber in big chunks and then being able to cut it down to whatever size I need. So these are 6 metre lengths, and they've already been cut down to give me effectively it's a 3x2, so just over 50 mil by 75, and so I've got had these in stock in the garage, so I can rip these into 25 mil, so I'll get 3 battens out of each of these pieces. I need 4.3 meters for the full width, so I get a single piece will do the full width, and these will actually rip down to 9, but I need 7. But it's great to have the flexibility and freedom to cut to size out of big stock, which is really rather good. Minimises the waste, because that will just get recycled for the next job.
And just to show you where I got up to this morning. Oh, right, Phil's, move your shadow. Phil, that's it. See, I've managed to get all this bit levelled out now. There's still a bit up the far end that I haven't levelled, but progress is slow. It's heavy digging, but I'm getting there. And Stumpy here, he's dropped his leaves now, so he's just a little pom-pom on the top, but he has got the most funky fungus growing it on its stem, trunk rather. Look at that.
So doing the trial fit at this end, mainly because I can get above it more easily and see it. So I'm looking at 100mm overhang on the rafters there, so space for a fascia board to go in front. And then if I come down the roof a little further, careful not to go too far, then we are nicely beyond the line of the wall. So as that drains, it will drain down into where the solar panels are currently, and that's good. That will drain away nicely. So comfortable with that. 3.2 meters length. That works quite well. Do the other 3 now and we'll be ready to experiment for the width.
Just the second coat.
Second coat going on, yeah.
Lovely.
So this is where we're up to this morning. Hopefully today will be the last day and we'll get the roof panels on. So got the 4 panels now cut to length, 3.2 meters. So that gives us an overhang of 100 each end. And bought some silicone to go up and down the joint. They don't, in England we probably would use a sort of mastic tape to go sort of in between the overlapping of the two, but didn't seem to be recognised when I went into the builders merchants yesterday, so a bead of silicone up it will probably have to do the trick. At the moment all the rafters are in with 2 nails, one on each angle, and I've got myself some big long 140mm screws. So I'm going to go for extra security today. Quick rundown, so a screw in each of the top of the rafters straight down into the beam. So get that done first. I've then over there got a whole load of the battens that I cut and prepared yesterday. They've been painted up with the bug protector. So they'll go across 600 centres on those. So they'll go the other way. So once that's all done, then I can get the panels on and screw them down. And that'll be it, more or less. So let's crack on. Does help if the drill is set on drill mode rather than screw mode. There we go. Thought I'd hit one of the nails for a moment. There we go, rock solid. I'll do these 4 while I can reach them from above. And then I'll get to the step ladder for all the other ones. And just to show that some things are never ending, Janie's back at it again. But it's a nice level area she's got now, so that's a big step forwards. Morning, Janie.
Hoping today's the last digging day. Please let it be the last digging day. This is quite enough for anybody.
So the digging's obviously having a warming effect on Janie.
The fleece is off. We've all had messages this morning from friends in the UK with loads of snow on the ground, so I feel very happy that I'm here in a t-shirt. Fantastic.
Rafters are all now securely bolted down. A bit more wood preserver on the tops of the ones that were most recently cut. Next job, although T is pending, the next job is to get these battens laid out and then screwed down across the top of the frame. So if I start with the bottom one,
Yeah.
I've got it now lined up with the outside edge.
Yeah. It's lined up here, absolutely flush.
Absolutely flush.
Yeah.
Good. So if I,
Less a mill.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
we're not going to lose any
It's never
sleep
going
over
to be.
that.
Yeah.
So if I now screw this one in, okay, that's that one in. Right. So the next one, I've got to do 2 things. One is to get it 600
Yeah.
And so now that's 600,
Yeah.
and it's flush at my end.
Well, we're about 5 mil over this end.
5 mil over your end, so if I go back like...
Yeah, that's more than enough. That's flush now. That's 2 mil here now.
There you go. Cool.
And we're sort of 5 mil over at the moment here.
So next one. I've I've miscalculated. Well, we'll still use the same number of battens, they'll just be closer together.
Yeah, just slightly spaced out, isn't it? 65 centres.
No, so it's 3 metres. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it's 6 gaps.
6 gaps, yeah.
I've gone and calculated. Oh, you idiot.
No, this is well to check.
Oh, you twit. Right. So basically, if I do them on 500 centres, so let me undo this one.
Why closer together? You need an extra batten then.
What?
If you did them closer together, you'd need an extra batten.
I've got an extra batten.
Oh, you've got an extra.
So I've got 7 battens.
Oh, so you're wondering why you didn't need where the batten went?
I was.
Okay.
Well, we can do them at 600s. And just use fewer battens.
It's up to you.
That's fewer screws to muck about with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
So do it at 65 or 60.
No, we'll do them at 600s.
Well, you're going to get a weird one then.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because there's a big gap in the middle at the moment.
Yeah, because one of them isn't. Yeah. Sorry?
Okay.
So if I do them 600 centres.
Yeah, you did 2 mil over this end.
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll go back to back to plan A.
Yeah.
Right. And then we'll do 6.
Quite a bit to me. Okay. There's about 2 mil
So
over.
can you straighten it out a bit?
You're 2 mil over and you're straight.
No, you're not. You're not square.
Well, you look straight from here.
Well, no, it isn't. Can you move it to your left, please? Quite a bit. That's better.
Okay. Still about 3 mil over here now. That's good. Well, you can just start flush now.
Okay. So now I'm going to go to the top one.
Can't reach, but it's about 2 mil over. Well, isn't exactly at the edge here.
Right.
I need a stick. Hang on.
No, but if
Hey, nearly flush.
mill over.
Yeah, couple mil.
So the next one down. This is not the easiest thing in the world. No. I think I'm going to have to crawl across.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sort of sitting across the terrace.
Sort of doing that one half behind me is a bit fun, but it's all right. So I can get 2 done and then move across.
Okay.
So there we go. So the routine would appear to be
The OSB shuffle.
the OSB shuffle, yeah. So slink back onto one and then transfer on the
A
knees
bit of acrobatics.
on, just keeping my weight above the rafter,
Absolutely.
and then bring the other one across because that's got the screwdriver on it. And then from there I've got a much broader platform. There we go. One more to do. So shuffle back. Yeah.
Don't need to do any bear crawls in the gym.
Oh, this is so much better than any gym workout. There we go. So that's all that row now done. So all I've got to do is get back across.
Okay, so do you want to come that way and I'll give you the ladder?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Keep crawling.
Hey.
You made it to the end, that's good.
Yeah. And then the standing up part.
Yeah, very acrobatic.
Oh, thank you. That was better than expected.
Is that all of them now? You don't have
No,
to go
I've
back
gotta
up another layer.
I've got the last 2,
Can you reach
which
those?
I can get from the
Oh,
front.
you can get from the front.
So I can lean over the last 2. It was just the middle 2.
Yeah.
So I've done the back 2 from the downside on the ladder.
Okay, and you'll need to do something acrobatic to get off that ladder now.
Well, that's the least of my worries and a lot nearer the ground.
Yeah.
Said he.
Famous last words.
We don't talk about famous last words.
No. If you sit down on the pigsty wall,
Yeah.
and then hutch,
And then hutch
one way or the other.
sideways.
You'll get there eventually. There you go.
Hey!
Ooh, on solid ground.
For a fairly simple wooden structure, that was pretty hard going, mostly in the mental department, but also a bit of the physical agility to climb over and around it. It's a bit of a challenge for a man of my age, and there's still a lot more to come.
Okay, it's the right way around.
Well, that's one. So the roof panels are all on. Just need to do the adjustment now and alignment before we screw it all together. But it looks great. All fits really well. I think you need to come a little bit to the front, Phil, because it's sort of sliding, doesn't overlap at all at the front where you've got it.
No, yeah.
Okay. You're going to put them all flat and then adjust it, yeah.
We're going to have to adjust it just on the squint.
Okay.
It's not quite square.
Okay, no problem.
So
Yeah.
we're going to have a
Bit of wriggle room.
bit of a play. But all I want to do is get it over. Something like that. So that's all laid down. We're just going to get it ever so slightly twisted to a line.
Excellent.
Not sure how easy that's going to be, but we'll see.
Yeah. Hey, we've done worse.
I'm sure we have. It's quite robust. On staying on the across the battens.
Excellent. Oh, that's really good.
It's quite robust.
In spite of what I said earlier on, we made a small change to the design because we needed to have a fascia board to be able to support the top ridge on the edge of the roof panel. It was the only way I was realistically going to be able to screw it down. It's typical of our way of working, really, where no plan survives first contact with reality, and there's a lot of improvisation before you get to the end point.
Then if I can get to there.
Yeah, nice and snug. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, very neat. No, it looks good.
So now that fascia board's in, there's a slight loss of square on the frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the visible bit as the guide. So this is the top corner that's going to be visible from the house. So if I get the 100 mil overhang as I want it and get it to run parallel along the fascia board, I'll then just have to try and take out the slack in the rest of the panels to match up at the other side. And the other side is going to be above the utility room roof, so if there's a little bit of a mismatch there, it isn't going to matter. So I'll roll with that for the moment. So with all that said, this then is the key corner. So I want to get one fixing here, which is going to be in line with the top row of fixings that are going to go in between. So first pass is 100 mil overhang. That's on. And the second bit is just to get the fascia board up inside that sort of peak there. So the fascia board is there, that's good. So I've got to go 125. There we go. Yep. not a great drill. Some new ones in the box. Starting with a 5. So these are, the bolts are these things. So they are nominally 5.5. So I'll start with the 5. Chalk and cheese, there we go. Lovely. A little rubber washer underneath to seal it. So that's a wrap for today. Panels all on, some finishing touches still to go. Got to put a fascia board onto the front edge there, another one onto the side, and then screw down both sides fully, and then another fascia board on the back. But that is the conclusion of what feels like months and months and months of work. Actually it was, but that was mostly putting it up and taking it down again and putting it up again. But that is the outdoor kitchen roof.
Well, that took some time, and there were several mistakes along the way. We've shared most of them with you, but there's a few that are best left alone. So, with apologies to anyone who's ever taught us maths or engineering, we'll sign off there for this week. Thanks so much for joining us, and please remember to subscribe so you don't miss anything. You can also click the like button, it really helps our channel grow, and of course feel free to add a comment too, we love to hear from you.